Evening all. Right then, this is starting the series for this week. Today is the 2nd of December 2024 and by all accounts Kier Starmer is going to give some sort of announcement on Thursday about how he's going to reimagine the party and the Labour Party and the government and what direction they're going to go in. Well, seeing as how they've been in power for 5 months, you would have thought after 14 years of being in opposition they'd have already reimagined that, but I think they've realised that their reimagining isn't working. So I just want to have a quick look and see whether this announcement speech or whatever it is he's going to come up with on Thursday is going to be worth anybody hearing, and what he's actually going to be getting up to. Because, I mean, who knows what's next? You know, every time he says he's going to do something different, I don't know about you, but I start now to shudder and come up with a feeling of just dread. Anyway, deck of cards we are using today is the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, and Oracle backups are the Oracle of Mystical Moments by Katrin Veltstein. Right, let's go for it. So, Kier Starmer's reimagining. I'm wondering if he's going to come up with some. I'm wondering if he's actually going to do what I said a few videos back when I said there's some sweeteners coming. Maybe, who knows? Maybe there are some sweeteners coming. Will it be too late? Will the sweeteners not be quite as sweet as he's making out? I don't know. There's a feeling of mistrust that I think maybe he's going to have to pull more than one white rabbit out of the hat in order to impress many people. Let's face it, the elderly, the farmers, the students, ordinary working people, you know, the ones that he said he was going to help, those ones. Let's see. So reimagining the direction of the country, this party of change. What's the situation then? What's this situation for Thursday? What are we going to be looking at on Thursday? What's this situation? What's the situation right now? These haven't been out for a while. Oh, here we go. We've got two the wrong way around. Flip the wrong way around. So we've got the 5 of Wands. So we'll take that one as the situation. 5 of Wands is a massive flipping brawl. There's a bit of a punch-up going off. This feels like division within the party. Major division going on. What's hindering it? The Knight of Pentacles. So, at the heart of this Thursday announcement, speech, whatever it's going to be, this reimagining the direction of the country, has been a lot of infighting. It's not actually no surprise, but although on the surface we haven't seen infighting from the Labour front bench, maybe this is a behind the scenes massive brawl that's going off, a bit of a free-for-all. I don't know, maybe this fiery exchanges between the people who are really running the country and the front men. What's hindering the government is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is usually an offer of some description, someone coming in to the rescue, but what's hindering him is the slow progress, the slowness of it. I think he must have imagined that when he got into number 10 that he would come in as the all-conquering hero, this party of change, you know, this champion of the working man and woman, and the progress has been incredibly slow. incredibly slow. And this knight here that's depicted in this card is not really paying too much attention. So maybe what's hindering at the moment the situation within the Labour Party and government is that progress has been slow, but attention to detail has not been made, and which has led to this massive sort of metaphorical punch-up. And what's this one? What's above it all? The Magician. So the overarching energy for this is the Magician, which is the Magician can mean many things, but the Magician is usually the person or someone who has the knowledge and wisdom to be able to master his own destiny, to master the his surroundings. So the overarching energy here is someone who is mastering their surroundings and everybody around them. So I think we've got someone pulling the strings here. It's not Kier Starmer, this is somebody in the background. But this Magician card, you know, it's a very dark, it's a dark image to me. There's like summoning up this power. This feels like the trickster element of the Magician. The Magician can also be a trickster. So this Thursday thing feels like it's a wool pulling over eyes exercise. This is what I've got up to now. It might change as the reading progresses. What is in the subconscious? What's in the subconscious? Subconscious. So the situation is we've got to fight. The subconscious is the Four of Pentacles, clinging on to power. So this is an exercise. This Thursday speech or announcement or whatever it is basically an exercise in order to help Labour cling to power. Now the very words cling to power make me think then that they are on the brink of losing, well, they've already lost the plot, but they're on the brink of accepting that they've lost the plot. This person is very jealously guarding her possessions. I'm seeing this as the Labour Party, the people in charge, the people who pull the strings, the civil servants. There are people more powerful than Kier, he's just the front man. It's like that there's this desperate need to cling to power. Now, does this mean that this desperate need to cling to power for those who actually do pull the strings, are they seeing that the people that are their front men, if you like, are inadequate, slow to act, eye off the ball, tone deaf? This feels tone deaf to me. Have they been led astray by whoever? It could even be led astray by an ideology. Don't forget the Magician holds the wands, the swords, the pentacles and the cups. This is someone who is a master of their environment, a master manifester, but also a trickster. And sometimes people who are masters at manipulating their environment and people around them do tend to be quite narcissistic and then end up manipulating others. I think this is a manipulating energy. So what's in the subconscious is this desperate need to cling to possessions, power. So that's that one. What's in the recent past, please? Recent past. Oh, that's too many. Just one. Recent past. Recent past. I'm just feeling that this, whatever this is going to be on Thursday, this announcement or speech or whatever it is he's going to be saying that they're going to be doing for the next whenever, is just, it feels like hot air. It just feels like empty promises. Recent past is the Empress. So in the recent past, they've come to power. They've become Mother Earth. They've become abundance. They've got their position. They hold the world, their little slice of the world, if you like. In the recent past, this dreaming of power, the Empress is Mother Nature, but it's also abundance. It's also about pregnancy and fertility. It's like this abundance of ideas that's led to this power that they've mishandled through being tone deaf, having their eye off the ball, being quite narcissistic and blinkered, has led to this Five of Wands, which is just a massive bun fight, which is the situation right now. Whether we can see that on the TV or not, or on the news, there's a lot of people in the Labour Party, their arses are twitching. And then it's led to this, in the subconscious is this desperate need to cling to power. Whew. So what's in the near future for this thing? We've got the Hierophant in reverse. So the Hierophant is the Pope in the Rider-Waite deck. The Hierophant is, it can be a judge, it can be a priest. It's about law, it's about education, it's about order. And then we've got the Hierophant in reverse. So in the near future, I think we're going to lose some, we might well see massive changes in the police, higher ups in the police, the judiciary. We might see some falling away of religious power. And then at the same time, we've got these blasphemy laws coming in. So it makes me wonder whether the falling away of religious power is only going to be what for particular types of religion. I think there's a stepping up of the falling away of religious influence in politics. But it feels like it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel even-handed. Ooh. So, what's outside of their control? The Seven of Cups. What's outside their control right now is the inability to make their mind up about where they're going and to stick to it. They've come to power with a blinkered approach on what it is they want to do, with this preconceived set of ideas of how that's going to pan out. Now, how it's panned out has got nothing to do, is so far removed from how it has panned out, from how they believed it would pan out, that they're now scratching around for new ideas. And the Seven of Cups is sort of where they're going to go next. It's they don't know what they're doing. It feels like a clear vision is just totally obscured from sight for them. They just don't know what they're doing. They're pissing in the wind, basically. So that's outside of their control, because they're not there's no strength, there's no vision, there's no attention to detail. They are very lacking in some areas that they would have needed to be successful politicians. You've got to be pretty good at certain things, and there's a real lack of that. Real juvenile type kid in a sweet shop thing, where we're going to go next. And this is something that's beyond their control, because they just don't, their ideas haven't married up, and they don't have any more. They don't have a plan B, basically. What's the advice? Advice, please. Five of Cups. Well, the advice, Five of Cups is basically feeling quite disappointed. It's, basically this is like knowing when you're defeated. And I think the advice here is to, instead of right, let me start again. I'm taking on the energy. I think I'm taking on the energy of this party, because they're just stumped. They don't know where they're going to go next. They just have not got a clue. they've read from textbooks, and those textbooks that they've been taught, this is what I'm feeling like, they've read from books, and they know the theory of stuff, but they've never actually lived the practicality of it, if that makes any sense. The Five of Cups talks about crying over, well, like, you've lost something in your life. Five's always about challenges. You've lost something in your life, but the five's always about dwelling on that loss and not just picking yourself up by your bootstraps and sort of getting your big boy pants and your big girl pants on, and being resourceful and finding alternative ways to sort of problem solve. And the advice is to just get up and dust yourself down, and maybe just, be prepared to walk in a different direction, different to the direction that you've had in your playbook for 14 years. Hopes and fears, or hopes or fears, whichever one comes out. So it all feels very blustery and really naive. This feels really naive, like not very, it's like somebody who's like someone who's not gained any wisdom in life. Like the mad professor that's never had a shag in his life and he's basically been sat in a library. He's never lived life, but he can tell you chapter and verse on, I don't know, Julian the Apostate or something. Hopes, we've got two. So we've got the Knight of Wands and we've got the Knight of Swords. Now that's interesting, isn't it? We've got two knights. Hopes and fears. Knight of Wands is someone who's full of inspiration and passion, and he's get up and go, and he's, let's play this game. Let's go on, full of energy, full of adventure. That'd be the hope. We're going to get up and go, and we're going to do this, and we're going to bring out some fantastic ideas, and it's going to be fabulous. Yeah, let's go. And then you've got the Knight of Swords, which is a fear. Swords always talk about fears. Fears are always in the mind. It's always a construct of the mind. But the Knight of Swords is about, the fear is that they might go too soon and fall. If you see this person's running after a runaway motorbike, we're going to go for it. Yeah, we're going to run away. But the fear is that they're going to run too fast. They're going to make a decision too soon, and the party, the country, is going to just totally disappear, and they'll be running after it, continually chasing the vote. That's very interesting. And what's the outcome then? So are we actually going to get some, are they going to turn around on Thursday and say the pensioners are going to get the winter fuel allowance, and we're going to go back on, reel back on what we said about the farmers, and we're going to take Bovair out of, poisons out of people's food, and are we going to renege on all the tax and stuff that we're going to take off people? Are we going to lessen the burden through net zero? Is this what we're going to get on Thursday? Yeah or no? Are we actually going to get what we really need to hear on Thursday? We've got the Ace of Wands. Right. So the Ace of Wands is always a new beginning. It's always a new beginning. Ace of Wands is about inspiration, passion, creativity. So we're going to get something passionate and creative, but is it going to help the people? Yes, passionate and creative is one thing, but if it's only not helping anybody, what's point in that? Is this going to be a good thing or a bad thing, or is it not going to make any difference? We've got the Page of Wands. It's going to be a juvenile offer. We've got the Ace of Wands. So we've got this. This is going to be dressed up as all singing, all dancing, a brand new Labour Party. We're going to revamp this and we're going to revamp that, and you're just going to love us. But actual fact, you're ending up with a juvenile set of proposals. And it's just going to be, this just feels like hot air. Just feels like kids messing about, mucking about. This is just going to be hot air and bluster, but it will be dressed up as something fantastic. The media will be all over this like a rash, like, oh wow, blah blah blah. You know, Kier Starmer's going to do this, and isn't that fantastic? He's been listening to the people, but then give them time to settle down and really take a look at it. It's really not going to make any difference. So maybe when I said in the reading, a few readings back, when I said there might be some sweeteners coming, but don't hold your breath. I think that's what this is. I think people are going to have to see it work, because we've been told all sorts of stuff for years and years and years. We'll do this, doesn't happen. We'll do that, doesn't happen. You're always going to be so well off, doesn't happen. This just feels like hot air. Just feels like kids playing, pissing in wind. Right, let's have an oracle of mystical moments. So, you know, there's all this talk about Kier Starmer having this, you know, reimagining of his party and his policies, and, you know, starting from scratch, you know, again, 5 months in. I think there's going to be a big song and dance made about it, but I think when the in the cold light of day, it's just going to be another load of, it's all hot air. It's just hot air. It's nothing. We've got pure nature, number 7. Pure nature. I don't know how that's going to fit, but might not fit. It might just be a message for us. Pure nature. The young girl is flourishing as she develops into a woman. She loves her body and is aware of her unique beauty, just as this girl does cherish the beauty nature has given to you. See the softness and grace, and keep the secrets of youth in your heart. The red peony symbolises respect and honour, ideals that must be recognised in ourselves before we can genuinely share our true nature with others. So that's got naught to do with that. So I think that's one. I think that's just one for us. Anybody who's feeling like, you know. There we go. What's this one? Morning Dew Girl. This one might not fit either. Morning Dew Girl, number 13. Number 13. Morning Dew Girl. Morning Dew Girl. The woman on this card collects fat raindrops into a basket of leaves. She is called Morning Dew Girl, and she symbolises the receiving and absorption of all worries and fears. She invites us to start sharing our own feelings and worries. We can collect them and deal with them instead of hiding them deep inside. She stands resolute and strong, ready to face her fears. While fear can be as powerful as a river, once confronted, it may turn out to be as small as a drop of dew. Well, that's fine. Fear is rooted in nothing but the imagination. And so there's no need to fear any of this stuff that's going on, because what is going to happen is going to happen. And however dark it seems and how bad it seems right now, it has to, how can I put it? Life deals as 2 things, lessons and blessings. And right now, when life feels really, really tough, we are learning some lessons. And I believe those lessons that we are learning right now is to do what Kier Starmer's doing, and reimagine what it's like to live in communities that support one another, because there's been too much fractiousness in society. We've been fractured, we've allowed ourselves to be fractured, and now it's up to us to come together and stick together and have each other's backs. And although life can be tough and people can be frightened of what's coming around the corner, you know, we'll survive. And we are, even though we're struggling in this country, we are not struggling anywhere near as much as some people in other countries, and so no matter what Kier Starmer does to us, we will still stand strong. We will still be who we are, and he and no one else can take that away from us. Right then, here endeth the lesson. Amen. Right, I'm off, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to do some batch cooking reading, so I'm doing another one next, and then another one after that, because I'll not be able to read for a couple of days. And I wanted to get this one out before Thursday. And just at the end of that, thank you to everybody who has backed me over the last few weeks. I'm now able to be monetized, so you will see adverts, and I will apologise for that, but then I'm not apologising for it, because no matter how many pennies, because it will only be pennies that I do earn, whatever pennies I do earn is going to go to Bluebellwood Children's Hospital here in Sheffield. And so in order to help me accumulate those pennies, I'm going to need you to watch all the way through. I'm going to need you to like and share like you have been doing, and I'm going to need you to comment, and I'm relying on you. And every single month, I won't get any money from YouTube for, might be a few months before I get anything, but you rest assured, every time I get paid from YouTube, I will post it. I will tell you how much that I've earned, and I will show you me transferring that money to Bluebellwood Children's Hospital, so you know that I'm not scamming you, I'm not bullshitting you. I will say this though, 10% of what I do earn I have to pay to the American government in tax, so it will be whatever I earn less 10%. Anyway, if you've managed to get this far without falling asleep, or nodding off, or thinking God shut up, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You're an amazing bunch of people, and I love you all. Anyway, I'm off, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ra!